Right. This is Jessica Reed when she was being interviewed by Star from Star and Buck Wild. Okay.
Listen, I don't want that man's money.
Okay, sorry, I started wrong. Let me start from the top. Okay, let's go.
Listen, I don't want that man's money. I don't want nothing from him. I just want people to know who he really is. He's a liar. I have been dealing with this for over 15 years. My life has never been the same since that night. My relationships with my family and my friends have suffered because of it. Mentally, I suffer. Emotionally, I suffer. So I don't want nothing from him. I don't want to speak to him, and I don't want to seem angry, but there is still a part of me that's upset because he took something from me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even like him like that. And when I first met him, he expressed that he liked me in that way. But I told him, no, we could just be friends, and that was that. Those were not the dynamics of our relationship. We were just friends. And I trusted him. And when I got there, I felt a little uneasy because there was just so many people there that I didn't know. It was really more guys than girls. It was me, Malika, and maybe...
He made Malika a drink? Did he make a drink for you as well?
He made both of us a drink, yes. So I put my drink down about maybe 10, 15 minutes after trying to help her and clean her up. I got up because I just wasn't feeling right. My head was just dizzy, and I just felt funny. I could see and I could hear, but I just didn't feel like myself.
Right.
So I got up, and when I got up, it's like I collapsed to the floor. Like I couldn't really move my legs or anything. It was weird.
Okay.
So I didn't...
Okay, so took a plea with regards to this case, and it's behind him. You spoke about being on top of you. Is that your official statement, that was on top of you, penetrating you?
Yeah.
Resolve.
So, that was Jessica Reed and being interviewed by Star, and that part I knew and heard, and I think the mom's testimony maybe felt maybe was a reason to bring it to light, and I'm going to play that. I'm going to play the mom's testimony. Or I don't want, those are wrong words. I'm going to play what her mom feels about the situation. I don't want to lead people in any type of a wrong direction. I'm going to play, her mother's name is Jocelyn Sullivan, and this is what her mom had to say.
My name is Jocelyn Sullivan, and I am the mother of Jessica Nicole Reed. We are out here in Mounts Corner, just left the Berkeley County Sheriff's Department, speaking with detectives. The case of my daughter, Jessica Reed. I have regrets in which I am very sorry about, because when my daughter was drugged and raped, I wanted to do nothing but protect her. I didn't want her to suffer anymore. I didn't want her to feel that pain anymore. And so I did not let her testify. And because of that, today we are finding out that Mr. is going to get away with what he did to my daughter, Jessica, and this family. For all these years, we've been suffering, going through pain and anguish over his decisions. Molest my daughter, rape her. And now she has to deal with this, and we have to deal with this. And I'm so sorry that I didn't take the initiative then to persecute him for what he did to my daughter. I'm sorry. He came to our home, and he acted as if he was going to be a friend to us. he came to us and said, don't worry, nothing's going to happen to her. And I'll make sure that she'll be safe. He eluded us to believe and trust in him. And then he turns around and violates my daughter by raping and drugging her. And then he gets away with it. When I made the decision not for my daughter to testify, I was focused on her well-being, and I wanted the best for her. I didn't want to put her in a stand to relive all of that pain and suffering. And now, 17 years later, because he continues to make mockery about it, joke and laugh about it, like it doesn't even matter to him, or he has no regrets or anything. Then he tries to cover it up with his money and his high-class attorneys. And now, he's not going to be punished for it. Justice is not fair, and we will not stop fighting. We will fight for justice and closure for my daughter Jessica and this family. According to the detectives, because he negotiated a plea deal, he cannot be prosecuted for the rape charge. So what they did was just dismiss it. They didn't even prosecute the rape charge because my daughter wasn't there. And so they let him plead. DNA did not clear him innocent. DNA has nothing to do with it at all. He's guilty no matter what anyone says. 17 years later, she's still suffering from it. We're still suffering with her from it. And justice needs to be served regardless. He deserves to be punished for what he did.
So prior to this New York, I played Jessica Reed's interview with Star, and that was what we just played was Jessica Reed's mom, Jocelyn Sullivan. Now, you can watch all the things online, or and come to your own conclusion. So New York City, I'm gonna take time right now and give my opinion. In listening to that mother's vocal and audio, you, Mr. Radio Personality, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you didn't know anyone. I don't believe you. But what I am going to say is, New York, Jersey, Connecticut, I wouldn't condemn somebody. A situation can happen. Something can happen. Things happen. And I'm not just saying things happen loosely and generically. I'm just saying maybe a mistake was made early on in life. And I get it. I don't like it. I don't understand it. Right? So this situation happens. It's a bigger charge. You put it out to a lesser case. You're young. I get it. The part I'm going to share with you, New York, because I'm going to tell you something. I really don't need to say your name because I'm going to tell you why. I don't care if everyone knows. I want you to know. Where this goes left is you continuously, let me turn the music down. This goes left because you continuously stand on that podcast and stand every time you get to try to normalize. You try to normalize it every chance that you get, that it's okay to put pills in a woman's drink. You talk about it all the time, that it's okay, or it happens, or because you're young, to put drugs in a woman's drink and have sex with her while she's incoherent. You talk about it all the time. That's what makes you a nasty creep.
Oh,
Not
shit.
because of the situation you had. Because I'm going to tell you something. I wasn't there, and I don't know what happened. But every chance you get, you know, New York, this guy stood on a podcast, and he talked about spring break and meeting a young lady, putting something in her drink, and then having sex with her when she was incoherent, laughing about it. That's the, bruh, nobody wants you to get fired or to lose your situation. Nobody's like, man, the fact that you try to normalize that's okay, that's good, like it's things that men do. That's not what men do. That's what you do. You do it. I'm gonna tell you the most terrible thing about you, bruh. Because I watch you on that podcast, and you sit next to a guy. That guy you sit next to on your podcast doesn't care about our culture. He doesn't care about your culture. But you sit there and you laugh with him about raping women. You think it's funny. You know what else is funny, my brother? Because I'm staying on my stone today of where I'm at. And I'm going to tell you where I'm at. I am not at what you did 20 years ago. I'm at what you did in the last couple years and how you talk about it and how you say about it. You piece of... You tweeted that R. Kelly, that sex video, was one of the greatest celebrity videos you've ever watched. That video was with a 14-year-old. But you thought it was a great video. You tell on yourself constantly you're a weirdo.
That Charlamagne was referring to when at the barbershop scene, like back in the days when the R. Kelly video came out, a lot of people was in the barbershop scene was talking about it. People had to be DVD, which is weird now that you think about it in hindsight. Why would grown people, everybody around the time, oh my God, you seen the tape? You seen the tape? Why the fuck was niggas